casino. Diligula kunyezibo. Kanyi ni mpanganibo. Alpanangkare nibo. Money is funny. Kodo for better ya. I better ya. Amutala se jawya. Astu kakam pama kodo be kodo. Binta ope yam pama kodo be kodo. Na ya jija. Konse mama. Dala sonin sepa. Paulo ni euro. Paulo ni euro. Dala sonin sepa. Dala sonin sepa. Paulo ni euro.
Yeah, I think my life is time, man. Right. Assalamu alaikum, viewers, man. Yeah. I apologize, because we are late a bit, So B is another episode of youth empowerment, Ndalmala host, Shanka Bilal, I'm in the UK, London, So before we go further, man, I just want to set some housekeeping rules, The program will last for half an hour, man, between 25 to 30 minutes. Predominantly, we'll be speaking in Mandinka and some English, obviously. Yeah. And if you got question for the host or the guest on the program, you can write it on the comment sections below, man. So big guy ngamin so to jaw Aladin Bambo, Aladin Bambo, more London, but it's someone that is always in the background. I understand it. Probably use more can the several cases would call to an entire job and over people, but Smoky at so all this fundraising they can be back and come up and go from media. I understand it. So without further ado, man, Mafra Smoky, I want to introduce audience for Yeah.
Okay, all right, then. So going back, man. So good TV market content, man. Large, so but a lot of people call me Aladin or Smoky or Bumbo, whatever, whichever you're comfortable with. So I'm gonna be here today with Shanka. So
yeah.
Right. Alaikum.
Yeah, thank you for that, Smoky, man. Yeah, coming to be program, is gonna be centered on basically two main issues, man. Smoky is someone that is into entrepreneurship and business, yeah, I understand it. So coming go. The first question I'm gonna ask him, yeah, I understand it. How coming go, what are the pathway you took to be into business, I'm telling you go to Abu Amansonia, but yeah, I understand it. Business or Gambia me is running, how did that came about? How did that thought came about? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I guess first of all, entrepreneurship or whatever kind of business you want to get into, you have to know just one of the most important thing is you have to know what you want to do. Is one of the most important things. And also number two, you ask questions if you don't know what to do. Google is like one of the best teachers so far. You can always Google stuff, the YouTube stuff, and then see what is marketable in Gambia. Some things might be marketable in America, but it's not marketable, affordable in Gambia, But you have to see what is the everyday need for certain things. So far, I first started doing the whole business scheme. Like I started buying electronics from here, America, like Craigslist, or you guys call it a Sunday market or whatever. I'll get it from here, and I'll ship it back to Gambia. Then my cousins and then my friend Jakes, they will flip the money, and they will basically invest the money in something else. But in the background, I will be the one coaching them, you know, what to do with the next money and all of that stuff. And then sometimes there's always there's also backdraw. Like you can buy like electronic in America and then you send it to Gambia. Scratch your Bible, Gambia stuff pretty much petty with bargaining and stuff. So they can say, well, scratch your Bible, so it's not worth this amount of money. So you're gonna have to be willing the risk factor of the business and stuff. You know, and then that business has been going on for me for a while, and then it's doing pretty good. And then right now I just started another business, but I am not in the mainstream yet, so I'm not gonna indulge in that very much. But I mean that's basically like, you know, rental properties and car rentals and house rentals and apartments and stuff like that. But that's gonna be in full-fledged operation by December, inshallah. So but you have to have somebody trustworthy back home. You cannot trust everybody. Don't just say that, you know what, somebody is my family, so let me give them. Family is very tricky to do a business with. You have to understand that. You know, not everybody is going to be willing to put in the work that you put in for yourself. You know, they think that you're getting this stuff for free, but you are not. You know, you basically, if you have to spend money on it, the time, the labor, you have to pay yourself in business. Understand that you have to pay yourself in business. So you just do what you love to do, and then if it's gonna make you money, go for it. You know, but just have the risk factors in the back of your mind. You know, you can always lose, you can win. Anybody could.
No, man, that's amazing. You know, because a lot of the times, you know, the problem we are getting, like most of the guys in the UK, is trusting the family members. You know, you send them money, and at the end of the day, you know, like you said, you know, you need to get, that's very important. You need to get someone there that you can trust with your money, you know, obviously, you know what I mean? No, that's clear, man. That's clear. And also, you know, the thing about Google as well, there's nothing that's hidden, you know, you can learn everything from scratch. You know, I've seen people, you know, having university degrees online. So there's no excuse. You know,
and one of the things I think what people fail to understand generally too, you know, you cannot invest money today and then expect to gain a profit tomorrow. You know, in my business, like if I sell a product to Gambia, it would take like at least 6 weeks before the product gets there, and I will give myself another extra 1 to 2 weeks before the product gets sold. So you have to know, okay, the money is not gonna come right away. You know, it's an investment. It's like a stock market, but this one is guaranteed. You're gonna get it at the end of the day. You know, you just have to have the environment and always have an extra plan on the side. You know, you're not always gonna win, but the majority of the time, 75% you'll win as long as you have somebody in there that is willing to put in the same work as you. You're gonna win. So,
of course, man.
And thank God for my boy. So he's been doing that.
I don't know, you know, you doing that, man, you're creating jobs for them. Like this is going to be my next question. You know, you know, we know that, like, you know, youth employment is a massive issue. You know, a lot of the youth are on the streets trying to find the next job. You know, how can you know, on this platform encourage other Gambians to basically invest in the country and get the youth the employments they are craving for, man? You know, because lack of employment is a killer. You know, all men, you know, needs money, you know, to do our daily stuff. You know what I mean? We can't be at that age, you know what I mean, going to parents for money. They're old now. We should be giving the money back to them. So what are some of the things that you can give right now to the guys watching, you know, in order to invest in the Gambia and employ their fellow youths?
I think, first of all, I think, like right now, first of all, before I even say anything, you know, I would just like to shout out to the people that actually doing business. You know, like for example, Sidat, he's doing his own thing. You have Ahmed here, Funster Farm. You know, you have Jerry. They have all these things. So don't limit yourself to doing one thing. You know, you can do whatever you want to do, right? But also, you cannot just not everybody is going to be able to work in the office or in anywhere where you're going to be all suited up and then tie up and then get up every morning, right? For example, a banker could be making $6,000 a month, but somebody that's a teacher at Civic is making $15,000 a month, right? But the difference is this other person is suited up, going to work. This one, you know, that's the difference. The people are going to go to the teacher. You know, they're gonna go to the bank. You know, and I think as a youth, you know, we should have a discussion with our parents. You know, some of the parents, like, they're not very modernized with opening up to, you know, kids and stuff like that. You know, go to your dad. You know, if I go, okay, listen, this is what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, GB, yeah, I mean, yeah, Opino, GB, whatever. You know, everybody has somebody in Europe or America. You know, they can reach out to them. You know, tell them, you know what, hey, well, Lamin wanted to do this and this, and so how can we help him? You know,
basically like a mentor.
Yeah, like a mentorship, you know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, don't just say, okay, I mean, for example, or you can also say, for example, I mean, if I videos or whatever, you can even take over that stuff. You know, you can take over that. If your dad is charging people this amount of money, you are charging them this amount of money. I mean, you can be a wholesaler, a retailer. You can do whatever. I mean, you can go to masonry, but people are so close-minded talking about but how many people are living up of those things though? You know what I mean? You know, you cannot just say this is what I want to do and this is the only thing I can do. No, that's not the only thing you can do. You can do whatever you want to do. You just have to have the right set of mind to do these things. They will not come to you. You know, you have to go get it. You know, some people opportunity are created for them. Some people they are not. Us, we have to go get it. It's not handed to us. You know, in America, nothing is free, nothing is given. You know, if it is given, everybody can do it. It's just a fact. So I'm just begging all the youth and urging all the youth, basically, you know, emulate Ahmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's support them. You know, basically, these people, Ahmed is in the farming. Not a lot of people are doing. Not a lot of youth are doing that. I want to get into farming. You know what I'm saying? I look up to this kid. I don't know him, but I look up to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look up to Sidat. They have something which is concrete. So we have to have that, you know, and then, I mean, don't be afraid of failures. You know, have a mentorship with people.
Exactly, man. You know, a lot of the times, you know, we mistake, you know, I mean, success with people, you know, in suit and tie and going to the office. You know what I mean? Not every one of us can be university graduates. Some don't, they're not inclined that way. So, you know what I mean? Like you said, you know, mentorship, I think, is very, very important because regardless of the things, you know, one of your parents or someone's been through that thing, they can coach you, actually coach you and get you, you know, the right advice you need. Talking about that, man, you know, I like a few things, you know, lots of the things that people do, there are some constraints, you know. I'm not coming plain sailing, I understand. So what are some of the constraints for you personally? Sending things from the States to the Gambia. But you know, what kind of stuff that, you know, are basically hindering the smooth running of your business?
I think first is the logistic wise of it. Like, sometimes the container is supposed to be there like within 6 weeks, but it would take longer than that, you know, and that's nobody's problem, right? And then also you expect the product to be sold at certain time so that you can flip the money, you can have the money back in America and to invest in another things. You know, that's another problem. You know, and number three, if you're expecting to sold a laptop for like 15,000 or 20,000, but a laptop will scratch you, somebody else will offer you 12,000. You know, Gambia have this concept. You know, if I go to you, Shanka, to sell you something, and I say 15,000, you know, you offer 13,000, and then the math on everything. And I go back to the next day, you're gonna offer me lower price because if I go, you know what, he's desperate, he need money. You know, let's not prey on each other. Everybody want to make profit at the end of the day, but let's make a fair deal. You know, those are one of the hardest things for me, actually. You know, like, you know, but at the end of the day, I just don't give up. You know, you just have to do what you have to do. You know, and then also, I mean, one of the major constraints is, like, you know, I might have the money in Gambia, but then I want the money in here, and then I cannot have it in here at that right moment. So I have to do something else. So, you know.
Like you said, you know, the never give up attitude, you know, that should be that's how everyone should be aspiring to be, you know, to try. Whenever you start something, you need to see it through. You know, of course.
Seek advice if somebody else might have been there before you. So it's important. You know, seek advice and stuff like that, I think.
Right, happy days. Also, coming go. we understand because lots of the youth wants to work, you know what I mean? But the problem with actually getting into business or any kind of work in the Gambia is capital, I understand. And a lot of the times, we see youths on the street. It's really sad, we see them on the street. They want to do something with their life, but there's no way they can go back to school and business. They want to get into business, but there's no capital. To you, how can we remedy that situation? How can we solve that problem? I understand. Whether it's governmental or private sector, how can we get the youth into business, getting them coming Ahmad Yaminke, Father Farm again? How can we try and get this youth off the streets and get them into meaningful business for themselves to get money?
I mean, I think that's a really good one, and that will bring me to the fact that the Sukuda people in the diaspora, they're making an effort to build this multi-purpose center and stuff like that. Yeah. The only issue is if people donate, you know what I'm saying, in order to get this thing running. Multi-purpose center is going to include a lot of stuff, and that will basically engage youth. People might be from America, Europe, to go back home at that multi-purpose center to basically render their knowledge to this youth and stuff. A lot of old folks, a lot of people wants to go back home. We have a lot of secretarians in America. We have a lot of secretarians everywhere, right? These people, they're willing to go back home someday, and then they have a lot of knowledge. They can basically just mentor these kids how to be successful, in business, either trade, or whatever basically they want to do. But without this multi-purpose center being building stuff, it's gonna set us back right now, because already we have a lot of kids that are like going the other direction that we don't want them to go, and it's really, really hard for their parents, But parents too, though, just because they don't drop out to 9th grade does not mean I'm not succeeding. Does not mean he's dumb, he's stupid. It's not that. Just because the next man don't what I do and I succeed that he don't a drop out, he's a failure. He's not. Encourage your kids. Talk with your kids. You're supposed to have a conversation with them. Don't just worry about can I don't want to go there, but show them the way how to basically get fed. If you are gone, how are they supposed to take care of themselves? In no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are moving from that to the modern age where the kids supposed to make their own living. If in America at the age of 18 or 17, I started paying bills. You know what I mean? Sorry for my language, but I mean, I think youth, we should engage them a lot. We should engage them in trade skill or skill labels or entrepreneurship. I'm open, I'm open, if anybody want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me. If it is finances and stuff, as long as you come up with your idea and then you sold your idea to somebody, will I be like responsible to you? But just because they sponsor you, they don't need anything back. It's money. I'm giving it for free. It's gonna be your loan. I say here's 15,000. As soon as you get your money, give me my money back, and then you can keep the rest of the money for yourself. You just have to come up with an idea. More than an idea, baby, learn a woman. You have to come up with some of this stuff. You lay it down, and then people will take it from there. If you just run in your mouth, you're not doing it. It's all dreams. You gotta put in hard work. You have to go with that.
Yeah, of course, man. As long as you're saying something that is not actually, you're not doing it. It's all dreams,
It
word
is.
of mouth. You definitely have to get involved and get it done.
And those dreams can be nightmare if you don't really work for it, because you're gonna end up doing something else. There is no fast track to anything in life.
Yes.
There is none. I mean, now with the making money.
Yeah. Well, one thing you said there, man, which is very important. The parents need to understand that if someone is not good academically, they are not a failure. We got that stigma when we were young. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, man. Not everyone will be a book learner. You know what I mean?
No.
Look, I've been passing stuff at school, but I'm not good with my hands. I can't fix stuff. My brain don't work like that. This is why we're different. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yeah. So another question, basically, we've seen because of like the youth are not engaged and they're not actually doing anything meaningful. It leads to a lot of crime lately. Few youths in Sucre have lost their lives, through these knife crimes and people stabbing each other. What do you think, going forward we can do as a society? I mean, us as youths, we were there before, man. How can we, get this youth off the streets? I know the multi-purpose center is been talked about, but it's actually not done at the minute. Presently, what can we do to remedy the situation, man? Because it's getting out of hand.
I think one of the things that we could do, like a lot of people, I'm not saying just because they got killed or something else happened to them, it has something to do with the drugs, right? It might not, it might be. But one thing I basically tell people is, anytime I go to Gambia, I have a lot of kids that will come to me and stuff, we just charge drink a time and stuff like that. If we are from here and if we selling them the fake dreams, called anything in America, it's free. It's a problem. It's really a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be talking to this, I'll be like, I want to go back home someday. I'm Bible selling or whatever. Maybe I'm making it, but it's not that. It's not that. Like you basically tired of living here at one point. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are at that stage. Right? And then I tell them mostly the kids that smoke weed and stuff. I said, if you want to smoke weed, don't stand on the corner to smoke weed. Go back to your house, roll your joint, and then smoke your weed. Because, for example, if drug squad came or whatever, they get you. It's $5,000 or whatever amount of money. Your parents are gonna be paying that money. They can use that money just for something else. Because in crime of course, because we have a lot of junctions. People are just hanging out there from morning to basically nighttime doing nothing. Passing each other and stuff like that. Like you can smoke your weed and then still succeed. We've seen that a lot. You can do whatever you want. As long as my only problem is if drinking and weed get in the way of you doing something meaningful in life, but stop it. It's not you then.
Of course.
But if you are going outside to go get your money and stuff, and then you buy your weed, I don't have no problem with that because it's not interfering with your daily activities. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard to engage people that do not want to be engaged. Number one, I mean it's a hard fact. You have to be willing. You have to be welcoming to me. If I'm coming to you, you know what I'm saying? Sangha, I'm trying to help you and stuff. So what can I do for you?
Right.
You, Sangha, you have no idea what I can do for you. How do you think I'm supposed to start? Where I'm supposed to start? You know what I'm saying? It's not only about you know what I'm saying, Manga Gino doing then I found $50, that's a whole load and everything. It's not only about that, you know what I'm saying? Yo, there's this one youth in Sucre. One, I'm not gonna say his name. We'll hang out until like 12 o'clock. I have when you go, you know what I'm saying? I have when you go, I have to go to bed. Nigga, I have to work tomorrow morning at 7. You know what I'm saying? This is what he told me. I want to go, but I feel proud every day. My mom seen me getting up, going to work, back and forth. I want to go by a song called Dolphin BJ and everything. And I think that's really good. Not everybody is going to work at a hotel. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of stuff that we can do. We cannot just say, you know what I'm saying, oh, that Babylon, money making everything. Nah, bro, if we lose our lives, you know what I'm saying, we are putting our parents at risk. You doing balloon for at the age of 16 years old. Only you're not far. Slogan. It's the hardest thing ever. I mean, it's a hard reality, but I think we should really engage the VDC at one point. We have to use as VDC right now. We should really engage them to mentor some of these kids. To tell them, I don't know because some of them don't want to listen, but I think we can make them listen somehow. We just have to come together as one.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, the youths themselves, most of them don't know what they want. Because like you said, you can only help someone if they actually willing to help themselves. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So just one final question, man, before we wrap up, man. I don't try to make this program political, man, but a lot of the things that Sukuta are doing, we're doing it ourselves. We build our mortuaries, we build through the help of other people. The mosque was built by donations. We build the hospital and stuff like that, man. So from the past 3 governments, everything Sukuta does, we do it. We did it ourselves. What do you think the government too can help in solving some of these problems, helping the youths? Because now that I'm campaigning, a lot of the time Sukuta is at the forefront. We help these people win to be presidents, and at the end, Ikenya bonding count. So what do you think the government can do to help Sukuta? Because it can't all be Sukutarians in the diaspora. I mean, every single one of us, we've got responsibilities and families back home as well. I mean,
Right,
together with helping, get Sukuta to a place that we want it to be. The government, what can the government do right now to help and solve some of these problems?
See, I could talk directly to the government, but they probably don't care, right? So I'm just gonna tell this to the youth of Sukuta. Since I mean, not to get too much political and stuff, but I've seen I've basically seen a lot of kids like our fans club and stuff, they cheering Barrow and stuff like that. But Barrow hasn't done nothing for them, right? Since he became president or whatever, like they claim. The same thing is happening. Why do we have to be a slave to these people? You know what I'm saying? If they keep coming back with promises and stuff, and they are not fulfilling those promises, why do we have to follow them?
Exactly.
I mean, why? You know what I'm saying? We should not follow them. We should hold them accountable to whatever they told us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are dumb. We are dumb enough. They'll come to us, tell us that, okay, we'll do this and that. At the end of the day, they will not fulfill them. 5 years later, they'll come back with the same dumb promise, and then we'll still fall for it. And then we call ourselves the youths and stuff like that. The people in diaspora, they're not gonna keep doing whatever they're doing right now for Sukuta for the rest of their life. Just know that. But they will not. Everybody have their own problems.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you doing all these campaigns and stuff. Don't only follow these politicians because your dad is following them. Whatever they're speaking to you, read their policies. You know what I'm saying? Does this policy appeal to you though? If it didn't, go somewhere else. If it did, follow them. Don't just say, you know what? I mean, my dad was a UDP, I'm gonna be UDP. You know what I'm saying? Or our family generation is PDYS, I'm gonna be PDYS. Not that. The government, who knows? If the government will ever help the people of Sudan, who knows? You know what I'm saying? Because whatever we have, literally, 75%, the diaspora people have been doing it. And then it's stressful. They might not tell you, but it's stressful. Like they have to basically, and everything. And it should not always be that way. Secretarians, we should wake up. You know what I'm saying? We should really wake up, especially the youths. We should wake up. How many times, with all this fake promise we're gonna leave with? We can't. Let's just divert our energy to something else. If we cannot hold them accountable. If we can hold them accountable, good for us. But if we can't, they're not giving us nothing, basically.
Yeah. For the past 3 governments, man, we have only been campaigning. That's all we've been doing, helping them. They're basically using us as a stepping stone, man.
Yeah, the only time we see their faces is when the campaign stuff started. That's the only time we see their face. They will all come, blah blah blah. It's all bullshit. Don't fall for it.
Yeah. Listen, I like this as well, man. Because recently I've seen a video of the youth, of Sukuta campaigning very, very vehemently for one of these political. Every time the same thing is happening. It's been regurgitating itself. Every time when they need us near the election, that's when they come to us. Sukuta's always been neglected, so don't waste your energies on this, man.
I saw that too. I saw that too. I understand. It's everybody's democratic right to do whatever you want to do, but If the policy speaks for you, go with it. If it didn't, don't be a slave to them. Simple as that.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah. What for now, Banta, in terms of program or time. So, before we wrap up, man, Smoky, I want you to, say your final remarks. What will you say last to the viewers that are watching this?
I think right now, currently, so me and my team, we have fundraising thing going on for this guy, Lamin Jame. So we
Right.
basically urging everybody to donate. Like we set up this fundraising thing. I don't know, a few months ago and stuff. Well, not a month ago, probably like a few weeks ago. But we only have like donations. I know that this could be really tough for people in the diaspora because every time somebody needs something, we always come to you guys. Helping asking help and stuff like that. It's stressful. I understand. But please. This kid, his story is really, really sad. I don't know him personally, and I mean, and all of that, but you don't have to know somebody to help them. And then it shouldn't always be our immediate family to help them. Although that comes first, but we should always be mindful. At the end of the day, Suguda, that's what we represent, right?
Yeah.
So, just a brief thing about his story. Like his story is really, really, it's sad.
Yeah.
He was an electrician and then football player. Then he ended up having this accident, and then he's the breadwinner of the family. Now he can't do much. At least I feel like if we can start up something for him,
Yeah.
we're not only helping him, but we are helping his family. His family depend on him, so now that's like a burden for him in a whole. Also, just because we set up this fundraising thing, we're not only aiming the people in the diaspora, we are aiming everybody, even the youth in Sukuda, we are aiming you guys. Don't just say, "Cool," and saying somebody's $5 is gonna go far over. Nah, I swear to God, if one person share this thing, somebody could see this information and then say, you know what, I can come up with $3,000 or whatever to help this kid. You don't always have to donate in cash. You can always donate in kind too as well. Share. Don't. But the thing is, the youth, man, we are so big. We are so big to share certain things. Because we don't want to be associated with those things. But remember, it can happen to you though. And if it happens, I guarantee you're not gonna share either. Because you're not gonna come to me when you go, you share, and I know that you never did it for me as well before. We should just because we are doing the fundraising and then the currency in dollars does not mean you cannot donate in dollars. We have people on the ground. We have the VDC. They can even do this collection for us. You know what I'm saying? $5, $10, it will go a long way. If at least 1,000 youths, we have more than 1,000 youths. At least 1,000 youths donated. To the sports association. If at least 1,000 youths donated, $10 is for this kid. This kid was injured in the field. Okay. He was not doing his day-to-day labor. He was injured in the field. So good Youth Association. Damn to you guys too. Come up with a plan for him. For the footballers. Come up with a plan for them. If they're injured or whatever, come up with something for them that will help them. Then
things like that.
We should not do the whole 100%. It's not right.
Maybe organize like a charity event or charity match, football game.
Come up with something for them.
Yeah, people pay at the gate to get in. Use that money and help this guy. Like you said,
It's frustrating. Sometimes I'm basically just if you cannot donate, just share, please. Just share. And then for the youths, regardless of whatever you do in life, dream big, work hard, and then always strive for greatness. Don't let nothing stop you. And don't say sky is the limit. There's no limit. Even the sky is not the limit for you. If you set a limitation for yourself, you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get far with it. With whatever you want to do, just always try to execute your dreams, and then whatever. If you need help, you can always reach out to. It's a lot of brilliant people in Sukuda, in the community and stuff that can basically mentor you. We have to reach out. We cannot know who need help. Sometimes we need people. We need you to come out and then tell us what you need.
Yeah, man.
But and also, shout out to Ibo, for this ticket. this thing together, and then also you as well, for taking your precious time to do this. And I know that everybody is busy and stuff, so we appreciate your work. So
man. Smoky, thank you very much, man. Thank you for coming on. I know some of these things, are last minute, but it's great to have you here. I think, well, I hope a lot of the youth will learn something from this charity. And also all I want to say is, please, donate. We're gonna share this link again on this thing.
Yes.
If you don't donate, please share the link. Every little helps. It doesn't matter whether you're in Gambia or in the diaspora. Every single butut will help this guy. At least get him on his 2 feet again. So that he can start working and helping his family. So what is Bambo better to major, time we been talking in program or in Fengaja, he was very, very educated and entertaining. Yeah, we're signing out, man. For Nyata, thank you for your work. All right, cheers, man. Yes.
Shy Boy, money, Shy Boy production.
We are dead. Alibama and Duran Dimite. Jaliba, Bimolo Conte, Ndoli Mekeledi, Dunia Lebenfe, Jaliwo, Nimolo Conte, from Mekeledi, Bimolo Benfe. Ah, Mimodu Bebe, Lode Bebe, Poese Ondi, Mayo, Nimodu Bebe, Una Lode Bebe, Poel Modu Se. Jaliba, Bimolo Conte, Ndoli Mekeledi, Dunia Lebenfe, Jaliwo, Nimolo Conte, from Mekeledi, Bimolo Benfe. Ah, Nimolo Bebe, Gola Bema, Poese Ondi, Mayo, Nimolo Bebe, Lola Bema, Ina Modu Se Ondi, Dunia Bedentine. Nindolu sudiyata duna dolu jampada dolu besiyata duna dolu warada amiro bedola adi heka miro dola abe sabanyade be da wo boy nyen mu yamaroti. Yabaro, baby, oh boy, in my banoti. Now, the Bama to rending sediminte. Jaliba, Bimolo Conte, Ndoli Mekeledi, Dunia Lebenfe, Jaliwo, Nimolo Conte, from Mekeledi. Bimolu Benfe, ah, Nimolu Bebe, Lole Bebe, Poese Ondi, Mayo, Nimolu Bebe, Una Lole Bebe, Poel Modu Se Ondi.